All right, we have the honor today of welcoming back Randy Ferguson. He's an internationally acclaimed motivational speaker, author, and life coach.
He has led over 1,000 personal development programs in Germany and Spain and Thailand, Mexico, throughout the United States, and he's coached over 3,000 individuals face-to-face, one-on-one.
Yeah, welcome back, Randy. It's good to see you. You just came back from Costa Rica. How
I did.
nice.
I did.
Looking a little tan and relaxed.
It's nice to be back.
I love it. So tell everybody, if you would, about the Love, Courage, and Achievement Project.
Boy, well, it's something that started back in the mid-'80s, and basically it's a program that helps people drop what has been holding them back in their life, not intellectually, but experientially. And it's based on the notion that, boy, who we are is already magnificent, already talented, but we can sure sabotage ourselves. And so it teaches people how to undo that.
How do we sabotage ourselves?
Well, a couple of things that I've really noticed. One is, you know, as you're going through life, especially people who are going for it, we get upset. Upsets happen. And they can either sabotage us or they can propel us forward. And so one of the things that we teach is how do you use upset for your forward progress instead of being sabotaged? And part of that is something that we call discovering our sore spots, our emotional sore spots.
It's like the push button.
You got it.
That really set us off.
You got it. And boy, does it happen in relationships. And so what happens is somebody says or does something, reactivates that emotional sore spot, and then things go ballistic. That's right.
The door, right?
That's right.
So what would you say is the #1 ingredient then of improving those relationships, getting a great relationship?
Well, truly, what makes relationships great, when you think about it, is when a couple is able to create and maintain the experience of loving. When that experience of love is great, man, the relationship's great. And when it's absent, boy, there's something that's really missing inside.
Are you talking about that feeling like when you first met, you know, and it's kind of euphoric, and you didn't even know that that person had those buttons that you could push later on?
That's right.
And you're trying to get that back. Well, how do you do that when you've passed it and you know you've banged on those buttons crazy?
Yeah. Well, really, that experience of love is really what's natural to us because it's the essence of who we are. But we learn so much of what doesn't work in this culture. We learn how to relate to each other in a way that separates us from that experience. So it's really about getting back home. It's really about getting back to that. And there are very specific skills that help people do that.
All right. So those skills, I mean, you teach people when you're coaching them the different skill sets, you know, to cope and to improve and succeed. Let's talk about the first skill.
Okay. Well, first skill is really about when upsets happen, how do you resolve them? How do you move through them fast instead of slow or not at all? And so what happens is that emotional sore spot gets triggered, and when I work with clients, I teach them how to discover what that sore spot is, how to heal it, and then the same things that used to drive them ballistic doesn't happen anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Now, what about like when parents are disagreeing on how to engage a child or deal with the kids? How do you go about that one?
Yeah, well, that's a real important point because if you've got two different parents with two different philosophies, then that child can come in and manipulate like crazy.
Oh, and they're good at it.
Oh, they're good at it.
It starts young, and they smile at you, and the next thing you know, the other parent looks over and says, "What did you just do?"
That's right.
It's your fault.
And you're like, ah.
That's right. So real important that parents get on the same team. And then, you know, when Junior says, Dad, Mom said this, and you go, well, let's go check with Mom. You know, I mean, you get on the same program.
All right. So what is the next skill? Skill #2.
You know, skill #2 is really the skill of empowerment. Okay. Empowerment is seeing the magnificence that really is in another person and letting them know authentically. So, for example, I haven't had a chance to really get to know you, but I've seen you around the studio, and man, do you make people laugh. You do. You do. You have people come alive inside, and you just bring this vibrancy. And Paula, I'll tell you what, I would never want to get in a fight with you. You're gutsy and you're strong, and you go after what you believe in. I would climb a mountain with you anytime.
Well, thank you.
So it's seeing the qualities that truly are there in individuals and letting them know. What creates the experience of love is giving the gift of unconditional acceptance and deep appreciation. And when you give that through your empowerment, guess what comes back?
Something. You get what you give.
Yes,
You got it.
That authentic,
You got it.
communication and connection.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Incredible. And you have a great offer for our viewers, Randy. You can help them.
Yeah. Normally when I do individual consulting, I charge $220 an hour, and so for a 90-minute consulting, I charge $330.
Okay.
What I'm offering, I'm just so passionate about getting these skills out to people. I'm offering that 90 minutes for $25.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For $25. And what
can't go
happens
wrong.
in that time is people discover very specific things that they've been doing to sabotage, and they learn how to turn it around. They discover solutions that they've never seen before.
Thank you. It's so good to have you back.
Thank
you.
you.
You just have such a great energy about you, so we appreciate having you on the show.
I feel very honored to be here.
Absolutely. And as he said, Randy would love to meet with you personally for that 90-minute coaching session. If you call right now, he's going to do it for just $25. It's normally $330. It is a confidential setting. It's one-on-one. There are only a few of his coaching sessions available, so do call now and mention Colorado's Best. He'll give you that great deal. Call 303-989-2605 right now. You can also learn more and register for his events online at lcaproject.com.